show you the 3 different ways you can do polynomial division. The first one is how our book taught us. It is polydoku. So you grab the divisor, you put it along the side. This ends up inside the box. So you go, and then you add, it's an area model. So you go x times something equals x to the 4th. So that's going to be x cubed. And then you multiply x cubed times negative 3 is negative 3x cubed. And then you look right here. These are always going to add up. I see that I don't have an x cubed term. So I need this to be just 3x cubed so that these add to 0. And so then x times something equals what's inside this box. So x times 3x squared. Now I multiply these two together. I get negative 9x squared. This diagonal pair right here is going to add up to negative 11, which is my x squared term. So I need a negative 2 here. Negative 2x squared. And then this has to be negative 2x. So that they multiply to make what's inside. And then this will be negative 3 times negative 2 is 6x. These diagonals have to add up to make 11. So this has to be a 5. This has to be a 5. And there's no remainder. So if I divide this quartic by this, I don't know, linear factor, I end up with a cubic, which is x cubed plus 3x squared minus 2x plus 5. So this divided by this equals this. Now let's do it again. This is called long division. I put in a 0x cubed because I don't have an x cubed term. So the way that you do it with long division is you ask yourself, like when we were little kids and we learned how to do long division, you go, x goes into x to the 4th how many times? And then you'd say, well, or x times what equals x to the 4th? That would be x cubed. And then you multiply x times x cubed, and you write it down there. And then you multiply negative 3 times x cubed. And then you subtract, like this line from the line below it. So x to the 4th minus x to the 4th is 0. Negative x cubed, or negative 0x cubed minus 3x cubed, or minus negative 3x cubed is positive 3x cubed. And then you bring down. And then you say, how many times does x go into 3x cubed? Or in other words, what would I have to multiply this by to get that? And it would be 3x squared. That times that. And then negative 3 times 3x squared would be negative 9x squared. Subtract, I'll just show that I'm subtracting. It's easier that way. So 11x squared minus negative 9x squared. It gives me, is it negative 2x squared. I haven't done it this way in a long time. X times 2 times negative 2x and negative 3 times negative 2x those are going to go away, and 11 minus 6 x times, well, this has to be a 5, and negative 3 times 5. And when I subtract, I get a 0 denominator. So this also gives me the same answer. These are the same. And then here's how you do synthetic division. Synthetic division, you take just the coefficients off of the original polynomial, but you have to put them in descending order. There's no x cubed term, so you have to put a 0 in for the x cubed term. So these are just the coefficients. And then you put your divisor, like if it's x minus 3, you put positive 3 in there. And then you bring the first number down, and then this one's really easy. You go 3 times 1 is 3, and then you add. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Now add. I think it's negative 2. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, then add. 3 times 5 is 15, and then add, and I get 0. So there's no remainder. And so these 4 numbers right here are the coefficients on, like you started out with a quartic, so you're going to go down by 1 degree. So now these are the coefficients of your cubic. So this will be 1x cubed plus 3x squared minus 2x plus 5. Or in other words, x cubed plus 3x squared minus 2x plus 5. So this one's the fastest, but your book doesn't show it. So when I see you doing it, I always wonder if you really know how to do it or if you are just getting it off of Slater.